Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel Query Solution. So children, today we'll be learning the topic of tonicity, which is a topic of grade 9. So in this topic children, we are going to talk about the three types of solutions, which are hypertonic, hypotonic and isotonic. And also we'll be learning that if we place an animal cell, especially in such solutions, what will be the result. So even if you want to know all this into detail, do watch my video completely. And for now, let us start out with a video. So before learning about what will happen children if we keep an animal cell especially in such different types of solution, we should first of all understand the meaning of the term tonicity, which is mentioned over here. So tonicity is a very important concept for grade 9, and of course if you take biology in grade 11 it will also be coming, so at that place too you should be very clear, but this is a base what you can form. If you watch out the video very carefully, you will be able to understand the concept. It's very simple and very interesting to know. So what is majorly tonicity? Now see, we all know if I am making a sugar solution. So how will I make a sugar solution? I'll take a glass of water and I'll mix sugar into it and I'll mix it and its sugar solution is ready. If I want to make a salt solution, again what will I do? I'll again take water and in that I'll place salt, I'll mix it. It will make a salt solution for me. So in the sugar solution or in the salt solution, the water that you are adding, so water is acting as what? Water in these solution children is acting as a solvent, right? And if I am adding sugar or if I am adding salt, what are these two acting as? So they are acting as the solute. So if I am saying sugar solution, so it has a solvent and it has a solute. Similarly, if I am talking about salt solution, it will also have a solute and it will have its own solvent. So what is tonicity, which is mentioned over here? Tonicity means the concentration of these solutes when you talk in a solution or in a solvent. So as much amount of the concentration of solute will be there, that will define the tonicity. So based on the concentration of solute that we are talking about, and again the concentration of water even as we are talking about, there are these three types of tonic solutions that we have to know. The first one is which one? Hypertonic, as you can see the term. The second is what? Hypotonic, and third is known as isotonic. Tonic again over here means what? The concentration of solute we are talking about. But if the concentration is less or more, that is of point of interest to us. So that only now we will see. So if I use the term hyper over here as it is mentioned children, now hyper means what? Something that is very extra, right? We always say don't become hyper. So hyper means somewhere that is something is extra. So what is extra over here? So those solutions which have got a higher concentration of solutes but a lesser concentration of the solvent, that is water over here, such a solution is said to be as what? It is known as a hypertonic solution. Do remember these two things. Especially one thing is what you should focus on. In hypertonic solution, what is the concentration of solute? So in hyper, the solute is more. What will be hypo then? So hypo is just the opposite of hyper. So in hyper, if the solute was more, what will happen in hypo? Hypo means where the solute concentration is less. So solute is less, but at the same time, what is more? So water is more. So such a solution is known as hypotonic solution. And at the third place, if a solution has got equal amount of solute and equal amount of solvent, that is your water, such a solution is said to be what? So it is known as the isotonic solution. So whenever you are defining the terms, just pay attention to the first part of the term that you are using. If it is hyper, what does that mean? The solute is more. If it is hypo, what does that mean? The solute is less. And if it is iso, what does that mean? That the solute and the solvent, that is water, both are equal. Now, in our session children for today, now we are going to see that if we place an animal cell specially in such three different types of solution, what will happen? And then also I will tell you that if I place a plant cell in all these solutions, what will happen in that case as well. So this is what we are going to learn today. So now pay attention and focus and do watch the video completely. Okay, so as you can see in the diagrams that I have drawn, children, I have placed animal cells. So there are three different animal cell. Any cell you can take as an example. And I have placed them in these three different types of solution. In one of the cell, I have placed them in hypertonic solution. So the red thing that you can see is the animal cell, and the blue linings that you can see are an example of water molecule that I have taken. So one of the animal cell I have kept in hypertonic solution, one of the cell I have kept in hypotonic solution, and one of the cell we have kept in isotonic solution. And these are the three features I have written which we have discussed just now. Hyper means what? The solute concentration will be more but the water concentration will be less. Hypo means what? The solute concentration will be more but the water concentration will be actually more. Solute will be less, water will be more. And iso means what? When there will be a balance. Now right now children, to understand how an animal cell will behave, I am not taking an example of solute right now. I am just considering about the nature of water content they will have. So hyper will have less water, hypo will have more water, and iso will have equal amount of water basically. So now let us see. So as you can see in this case, I have placed an animal cell in a hypertonic solution where the solution property is what? That the water content in this solution inside the beaker is less. But as you can see, the water content inside the cell which is more, I have drawn more lines inside rather than comparative to outside. So what will happen in such a case, children? In this condition, since the concentration of water molecule is more inside the cell as compared to outside, so in what direction will the water move? Water will always move from higher concentration towards the lower. So in this condition, since water will move from inside the cell to the outside. Why from inside? Because here the concentration of water is higher. Here outside in a hypertonic solution, the concentration of water is lesser. So since the water will move from higher concentration to lower, so what will happen in this case? If the cell will keep on losing out water, what will be the nature of cell that it will become? So majorly children, the cell is going to shrink. So in such a case, whenever we place an animal cell in a hypertonic solution, what the cell will become? The cell will majorly shrink in size. And why will a cell is actually shrinking in size? Because the water content inside the cell is higher comparative to the solution which is a hypertonic solution. So because of what type of osmosis is it losing out water? So because of the process of exoosmosis. Because of the process of exoosmosis, the cell is going to lose out its water and the cell will eventually shrink in size. That is what is going to happen if we keep an animal cell in which type of solution? In a hypertonic solution. Now let us switch our discussion over here. Now I am keeping a cell, an animal cell, again in a solution, but what type of solution it is? It is a hypotonic solution over here. What is the speciality of hypotonic solution? That it will have more water content. So I have placed a cell which already has some water inside and there is also water content outside. But in which part, inside or outside, can you see more water presence? So I think of course everyone can answer. The water is more on the outer side. So what will happen in this case now? So where there is higher concentration of water? Outside. Where there is lesser concentration of water? It is there towards the inner side. So what will be the movement now? So the water will move from higher concentration to the lower. That is, the water will move from the outside to the inside. So in such a case, what do you think it will happen? So in this case, since water is entering, the cell will swell, right? Because more and more of water will get inside. And through which process is the water entering? So water is entering by the process of endoosmosis. What is endo? When the water comes in. What is exo? When the water goes out. This is endo and this is exo. So if we place an animal cell in a hypotonic solution especially, since the concentration of water on the outside of cell is higher comparative to inside, the water will come in. And because of this, the cell is going to basically swell. What will happen in this case now? Here, I have just drawn, I am giving an example. I have drawn 4 molecules of water, 4 are there on the outer side. So there is an equal concentration of water molecule inside and outer side. So what will happen in this case? So in this case, children, there will be no net change that will happen, right? So if we talk about keeping an animal cell in all these three different types of solution, this is what is going to happen. If we place them in hypertonic solution, the cell is going to shrink. If we place them in hypotonic solution, the cell is going to swell. And if we place them in a solution that has equal amount of water comparative to their own cells, there will be no net change. And this is what happens, children, when you soak raisins in water. What happens? You soak them overnight and the water is more. What will happen? They will swell. Why? Because of endo-osmosis that's happening. Water outside is higher, the raisins have less water, so they will allow the water to go in. What will happen if you keep swollen raisins in less water? They will shrink. Why? Because now you have kept them in hypertonic solution, so they are going to lose out their water. But if the water concentration remains the same, children, there will be no net change. So this is what we have seen is the change that we will see in the case of animal cell. But now I am switching my discussion to what will happen if I keep a plant cell. Will I see the same changes that will come, or there will be a difference in change? So let us explore more onto that as well. So children, previously we have seen that if I am placing an animal cell in all the three different types of solution, what will happen? So anyway, we have seen that in isotonic, no net changes happen. And majorly in hyper and hypo, how the animal cells have changed their shape. But here now I am taking the example that if I am placing a plant cell in both hyper and hypo, what will happen? Why I have not taken iso? Because anyway there will be no net change, so I am not talking on that. But now if I am replacing the animal cell with a plant cell, as you can see, then what will happen in this case is what we need to know. Now see children, we all first of all understand that whenever we talk about plant cells especially, they have got one more outer covering over their cell membrane, which is nothing but the cell wall. So that is again a very rigid structure. It's a membrane that will give a lot of rigidity, a lot of turgidity and a lot of strength to the cell. So if I am placing now the same plant cell and if I am placing them in a hypertonic solution, what will happen? So as we have seen in the case of animal cell, what has happened? That the cell has shrinked in size when we have kept them in hyper. But is the cell, a plant cell, also going to shrink? So just observe this series of event that is mentioned. The outer black line that you can see is of the cell wall, and the inner contents are actually your cell membrane and then all the cell organelles the plant cell has. Now if I keep a plant cell in a hypertonic solution, what you are observing, children, is happening, the cell structure is remaining the same, because cell wall, as I said you, being a very rigid structure, being a lignified wall, will not allow the entire cell to shrink. But what will happen? The internal content of the cell, children, is shrinking, and this is what happened in the case of plant cell. Of course the shrinkage will happen, but where it will happen? So the shrinkage will happen to the inner content of the cell, and this shrinkage of the inner content of the cell that comes down to one corner when placed in a hypertonic solution is known as what? So it is known as plasmolysis. What is plasmolysis? The process which involves the shrinkage of the internal content of the cell, that is away from the cell wall. The cell, when it is kept in hypertonic, it will keep on shrinking, but from where? Not externally but internally. So this concept is known as plasmolysis. And if you are again going to revert back, if you are again going to keep back cell in a hypotonic solution, what will happen? It will become deplasmolized. It will again come down to its normal place. But if I am keeping a cell, children, in a hypotonic solution, what was hypo as we had discussed? Where the water concentration was higher. So if I am keeping a plant cell in a hypotonic solution where the water concentration is higher on the outside, lesser on the inside, we all know what is going to happen. So the water anyway will get in. So it will come down through the cell wall, through the cell membrane, and it will come down into this vacuole. So as more and more of water will enter, children, what will happen? This vacuole will start developing a pressure, or the membranes which are there, they will start developing a pressure on the outer side. And this pressure, children, which is exerted by the membrane is something which is known as a Turgor pressure. What is Turgor pressure? The pressure which is exerted by the wall of a cell. The pressure which is exerted by The wall of cell is known as what? It is known as turgor pressure. So why are we going to see turgor pressure in the case of hypotonic solution? Because water will get in, and more of water will get in. Of course, the cell wall will not allow the cell to burst, because as I said, it is going to give a lot of strength to the cell. So the plant cell is not going to burst out, but of course it is going to feel some pressure on the wall, and that pressure is something which is known as what? It is known as turgor pressure. So these were all the changes that I wanted to explain you children with respect to the concept of tonicity. And in today's video we have seen that what will happen if we place an animal cell in all the three types of solution, and now we have seen what will happen if we place a plant cell in all the types of solution. So I hope you are clear with the video. If you have doubt, you can ask to me in the comment section box, and let us meet up in our next video. Thank you so much.